Adina Tatum.
Ooh. All right. So, to do what I do, you cannot be afraid of public speaking. However, anybody that knows me knows that I am never short of words, except for when it comes to this stage. Got that out. I have a mentor, Andrea James. She was the first Black councilwoman here in Lexington, Kentucky, in the 1st District. She has a saying, the way things are rooted are the way that they grow. My roots run deep, born and raised here on the south side of town by a single white mother in predominantly Black neighborhoods. I have an older brother and a younger sister. All of our needs were met. Education wasn't something that was highly emphasized in our home. My mom had 2 rules. Don't have teachers calling, and don't have the police showing up at my house. Now, I know why my mom was the way that she was, but that is her story to tell. The way things are rooted are the way they grow. What I can say is that I have become unrecognizable to most that knew me in my younger years. You see, the roots lay the foundation, but it's your courage to grow that determines your level of success. 8 years ago, I decided to put on a microphone and become a jazzercise instructor. Yes, okay, so, all right, I thought y'all was gonna think that sounded crazy. But I did that because I was tired of that fear controlling me. So I wanted to push myself outside of my comfort zone. And when I did that, I realized that I had been conditioned to fade into the background and not take up space. And when I put on that mic, I realized that on that stage, I was my most authentic self. And I unlocked my superpowers. My superpower is to say yes to things that I would normally say no to out of fear. And it prepared me for my role as a nonprofit leader today. If I had not faced that fear, I probably wouldn't have developed the ability to show up and lead businesses and staff in a way that exudes confidence and capability, enthusiasm, and face challenges head on and innovatively, and continue to show up with courage even when there were days that I didn't want to. Recently, I finished reading a book by Viola Davis called Finding Me. Have y'all read that book? If you have not, highly recommend it. Audible version is my favorite. And I think about a passage in that book about privilege and how some actors that she had come up with had the privilege of turning down roles and how she did not have that privilege. And this resonated with me because a lot of Black women in leadership will get offered roles that are either failing or struggling. And they will take them because they see it as a means to excel in their career. And the reason this stands out to me is because the Julietta Market executive director role was kind of placed in my lap. And that position was very much struggling. And I'm a very loyal person, and there was no one else there to take it. But I also felt like, when else would I be able to become an executive director right out the gate? So I took it, and it was no easy task. But I want to share how not only my growth, but my identity prepared me for that role. Embracing your roots can provide a sense of stability and strength. Your roots are the essence of your identity. A Black woman, educated, outgoing, resilient, high-functioning ADHD, quick-witted, and sometimes funny. Identifying as a Black woman is not something that I just decided. My dad is Black, and when I was 8 years old, I was given my first form to check a box for race, and I could only check one box. And I was confused, so I asked the teacher for help, and the teacher said, check white. So I went home, I told my mom about the experience, and my mom said, check Black, you're Black. So I locked in. I trust my mom. I'm like, okay, I'm a proud little Black girl. I know what to check the next time, right? Until my adolescence, when I wasn't Black enough. Now, I only have you a short time, but to say that I am thankful for that identity crisis would be an understatement, because it helped me appreciate and understand the obstacles that my mom faced raising Black children. Me identifying as a Black woman is no discredit to my mom. because I was raised by her and both sides of the family. The knowledge and experience that I gained prepared me for the community work that I do today. In 2023, I was recognized as a Vanguard. This is a very competitive process, about 600 applicants and only 40 are selected, the top in your career or in your field. And I wasn't selected because of my identity, but because of my work. My identity prepared me for that work because it allows me to connect with people from all different backgrounds. Working with foundations, marginalized communities, philanthropists, trust is key. And when you have it, it's precious. Without trust, I wouldn't have been able to lead over a dozen businesses out of Julietta Market into storefronts, started my own consulting business, continue to raise my family, and still very early in the morning teach killer jazzercise classes. Now, if y'all have not taken jazzercise, I got free cars for y'all, okay? Roots are your anchor in the storm, and resilience is your strength. Roots remind you of where you come from, and resilience paves your path forward. I want to share a question with you all that I hate. Who do you look up to and why? I don't like this question because my answer is kind of polar opposite from most, kind of. First, let me say that I love my mother dearly, but my answer is my mother. My why is because she showed me a lifestyle that I refuse to live for myself. Now, my mom gave me my work ethic, my love for family, my love for gardening, and my beautiful handwriting, and I do write in cursive. I know they stopped teaching it. But we grew up on every type of government assistance, and nothing is wrong with that. I have no shame about that because if it's needed, it's needed. I watched her continuously take my dad back, mistake after mistake, and when you watch someone fight for someone that's not fighting for you, it's very hard to watch. I didn't have anyone to teach me financial literacy, to guide me through the college process, but I was determined to break generational curses. So I bought my first home. I got my bachelor's degree, own stock, and have investments. Both of my kids have savings accounts. They got green light cards and know what it feels like to get declined at Target because they don't know how to calculate taxes. And recently, I've been teaching my little sister how to do APRs and what it means, so plants still grow in dirty water. My mom, although deeply rooted in her past, gave me the foundation I needed to face all the adversities in Julietta Market. Financial, false narratives, and I was able to make hard decisions that people didn't understand. And because of that, the nonprofit has stabilized and is reemerging as a stronger business model. I am mastering how my roots shape my journey, and I'm becoming the best version of myself. Saying everything began with overcoming stage fright would hardly capture my whole story. That's the catalyst for this platform. Regardless of where your roots lie, remember that only you can determine how far and high your branches reach and where your blossoms flourish. Thank you.